Hey everybody, welcome back to Self Protection Extra. Today we've got some objective data for you. I think I know what's gonna happen here, but I'm here with my friend Adam Winch from Defenders USA, and I have some VP9 SK mags here. I've got the 15 rounder, I've got the 13 rounder, I've got the 10 rounder with the pinky extension, and I have a flat floor plate that we'll put on that because I don't have a 10 rounder without one on it right now. But let's get to use the Mantis X and see. This is a big thing that, you know, some people are giving me a hard time for on my Springfield Hellcat video, that I don't have the pinky on there, and oh geez John, you should be able to shoot the gun without your pinky on the gun. Well, let's get some objective data and see what it's like with these different magazines and no pinky on the gun, pinky on the gun, and see what our recoil does.
You need a shot timer because that which gets measured gets worked on. The Range Tech Timer is the official timer of active self-protection because it is versatile, reliable, feature-rich, and very economical. Check out all it can do at the link below.
So, Adam, I know we're always in a spot when we're concealing a gun, and we're talking about this you know, compromise between concealability and shootability, right? And which way would you tend towards?
To me, well, I want to have the gun that I know I can perform the very best. I think I have a legal, ethical, moral obligation to do that. So therefore for me, that oftentimes means a bigger gun. So that means I've got to actually change my clothing style, my lifestyle to actually conceal the bigger gun because I can shoot it better. But I know a lot of my students and a lot of other people, especially those you train, they like the smaller gun that's concealable. I shoot well with small guns. I shoot better with bigger guns, so I go that way.
Yeah. So obviously, I tell people all the time, why do you carry a gun? Well, I carry a gun because I might need to shoot somebody today. And if I need to shoot somebody today, it's the worst day of my life, and I need to do the best job I can. For me, that means I carry a full-size gun.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, but I get it, some people don't. Now, when you go down to a compact size gun, we go down to a little gun, and we're talking here now about a VP9 SK, right? So, of course, we're watching our muzzle discipline and all that stuff. And this is a small gun, right? So when I just have the gun in hand, I can only get 2 fingers on it. So we'll talk about that a little bit. But what we're gonna do today is we're gonna use our Mantis X10 because we're gonna use a recoil analysis meter and give me some objective data. Quite frankly, I have not done this off camera.
Okay.
So, I mean, I've done it with a full-size gun and done with pinky pressure, but now we're gonna actually see, I wanna actually kind of see, because if you look, the 15 round mag has this kind of beefy bottom piece on it, and that makes it into a full-size grip. Quite frankly, I don't believe in carrying this particular magazine in that gun because grip length is concealability. And so if I'm gonna carry a full-length grip length, I just want a full-size gun. Just give me the full-size gun. So this one is the 13 rounder, and you can see compared to the 15 rounder, it's a little shorter. 2 less rounds in it, 2 fewer rounds in it. Sorry about that, grammar snobs. But so a little better to conceal. And actually, I think this guy conceals about identically to the 10 rounder with the pinky on it. So they're really no difference in terms of how these guys end up concealing. If you look here, they're really functionally identical. About like a 1/4 of an inch difference on the backside here is all.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, even the average-handed guy is going to be able to get the pinkies on that. And pinkies are important.
Very important, okay? So then we're gonna see the 10 rounder with that too, and then without it, and let's just use a recoil meter and see what it does. Now today, we're gonna have 2 guys with relatively high grip strength doing this, okay? So I think it really doesn't matter because what we're gonna compare is we're gonna compare us at our grip strength and what it does. I'm also gonna later have the range monkey, Natalie, little tiny girl with small hands, do the same thing, and we'll see how she does. But for us, I mean, obviously you're a lifter, you know, you're very strong, you make me look like the fat sack of potatoes that I am. I've got about 115 to 120 pounds of grip strength in each hand. I would guess Adam is probably up around 140, 150. I don't have my grip strength over here today for us to see, but very strong. Carl Wren, the reason this matters, Carl Wren talks about doing this in competitive shooters, and all the GM level shooters that he saw had 110 pounds of grip strength in each hand or more, and so that's an important thing, right, to be able to control recoil. So we both have that much and more, so it should hopefully give us some data between the guns.
So interesting, I had a lady, a doctor in one of my courses this last weekend. She had a little bitty gun, right, with she couldn't even get her pinky on it. She couldn't shoot that well. As soon as we put her in the exact same gun but a bigger size, she all was shooting like crazy, and it was literally just came down to pinky. So to me, this is actually a very interesting experiment.
Yeah, let's see what we do. I'm gonna start with the 15 rounder, just so you got kind of an idea here. And I don't feel like I have to shoot, well, let's take that out of there real quick. I don't feel like I have to shoot like 50 rounds of this or anything, right? I just want to get a feel, right? So maybe let's do 5 rounds for me with this one, all right? So full-size grip, and again, for you to be able to see on the camera, again, that's a full-size grip right there. when I have that on there. So I should be pretty okay at this. I'm gonna take it nice and slow so that we can get an understanding of what's happening and watch the shots as they come in. So that was about 10 degrees of muzzle rise. Okay, very good. We're gonna get another one. Okay, 12 degrees of muzzle rise. You're gonna get a little bit more muzzle rise out of the full-size gun as well. The reason for that is that you've got a smaller barrel, so you're gonna get more of that muzzle blast out, so you're gonna get a little bit more muzzle rise from the same size, from the same round. Okay, very good. We're at 11.3 on that one. So I'm not gaming it. I'm not trying to do anything poor here, okay? Or poorly, I should say. That one was actually really good. That was a 7.57. So let's look and see what we got here for our averages. And if we look again, so what you're gonna see, I'll put it up here on the screen so you can see it a little bit better. 7.57, 11.3, 13, 12, and 10. So we're probably around 10.5 degrees of muzzle rise is what we're seeing there. Is pretty typical for me. Let's reset and try it again. And now let's go down to the 13 rounder. Now, once we got the 13 rounder in the gun, you can see I've still got a pinky on the gun. I've still got really kind of everything that I need on the gun. It's not going to slip off the bottom here. It's a little shorter. I can feel the difference. Where I can feel a little bit of difference is in the back strap of my hand. It's kind of right on the edge of the back strap. I don't think I'd really get a whole lot more out of the extra length, but I can feel it there. So let's just see what we got. Okay, we're good there. We're live there. All right. High. Okay, that was 9.86. 10.67. 10.26. Wow, 1803. Didn't like that one at all. 1950. I don't know what those last couple seem a little bit much for me.
Did it feel significantly different in your grip that time versus the other ones?
It didn't
As
feel
you shot.
It didn't feel any different
Okay.
at all. So those last two were just kind of interesting. Kind of worked around a little bit. 20 and 18, 10.26, 10.67, 9.86. So first three were pretty roughly identical to the last one. The last couple, not so much. I wonder if the changing weight starts to make a difference. I don't know. Maybe not. That might be a little bit much asking for that. All right, let's try our 10 rounder with the pinky extension. So with the pinky extension, if I show you here, again, I have a lot here. What I don't have is I don't have as much in the back, the palm swell. So not as much in my palm. Let's see how it does. Okay, got a 9.71 there. 10.92. 11.95. I'm just sitting here gripping the gun long enough that my hands are starting to... Sights are coming right back where I like them. Okay, that is 16.77. I wonder, what is John doing on his last couple shots here? Gracious sakes, huh? Chewing the target out. I mean, I'm not 11.02. Okay, so maybe that is just me not focusing on my grip as much for the first shot. Okay, so let's look at these again. So now you've got an 11.02, 16.77, which is a little much for me. 11.95, 10.92, 9.71. So I didn't have like the 6 or 7 that I had out of the other one. So I'm kind of feeling like maybe that palm swell is not nothing, but I'm not positive. Maybe I'm having a little harder time with it in there. I don't know. What do you think, Adam?
I could tell as I looked at it from this side. As you put your hand, you had the same full grip here. It looked like on the pinky, but from back here, it looked you had like a little bit of a gap that I didn't see on the other ones.
Huh. Interesting. All right, let's change the. Let's change to the other to the no pinky and see what we get. Now the real goal here, the real thing here is going to be shooting the gun identically. It's going to be putting the same forces on the gun as best I can and not gaming it.
And I'd also be interested in what it's like under recoil, meaning faster shots, right?
Right, so if I'm really getting
Multiple
after it.
shots. Yeah.
But right now I just want to see, you know, because obviously your recovery time matters and how high that muzzle rises
Right.
means how much it's coming back. It shows me how much control I have over the gun. Now, so you know here, I've got a big hand, right? So I get the tiniest bit of pinky on that grip right here, and that's as much as I'm gonna get, okay? Man, I hate it already.
Ooh.
Doc Holliday, nope, I'm sure of it. I hate it.
That pinky's hanging off.
Now, what I'm gonna try to do to mitigate that a little bit is I'm gonna crush up underneath this, and with this support hand, I'm gonna crush up underneath as much as I can, trying to keep it in with me. But it's gonna be harder to shoot. Well, at least I feel like it will be. Let's see. That was a 13.3. .4. 13.6. Let's reset. I'm trying to get some people on. 14.0. 14.7. So clearly, I think what you see here when I stop is that all my shots were in the 13 to 14 range here. So this one, the other ones I'm seeing about a 30% rise in my muzzle rise, a 30% increase in my muzzle rise when I am running the flush mount. Adam's got a stronger grip than I do, so let's just see if it's because I'm a wuss.
Well, you know something I did notice with you is you had to readjust your grip on this last one, where the others you didn't have to readjust your grip to the entire string.
Yeah, and I think that I was trying to do that because I really wanted to give it every benefit of the doubt, right? So I'm trying to not game it against it. So every time I'm going, nope, let me reset. I think we've got 5 in each of those still, so you should be good.
Okay.
But so what I was really kind of trying to do there is just not let it lose because I was having a hard time holding it. You know? And I'm just gonna say, I mean, to me, the objective data says what it says, right? So, Adam, why don't you start?
Okay, here we go. I'm gonna go with the same target.
Sure, go ahead. I mean, obviously, we're just chewing a hole in it, right? So.
So 8.71. .6.
So sometimes you get odds.
14.25.
All the way back to your full continuation of like get a second sight picture. Maybe that's doing something. I doubt it, but just make sure you get a full sight.
Okay. Yeah, that was it. 4.60. 17.86. That's rather inconsistent.
There you go.
15.33.
All right, we're good. That's 5. Try the next one. So let's again, if I stop this and just take a look as you guys are looking at it too. 17.86. That one 4.6 was banging. I don't know what the difference was there. Quite frankly, we'd have to really kind of look at the shots. So had a couple down in the 6s, but a couple a little bit higher. Let's get these next 5. 13 rounds.
12.51. 6.92. 3.43. I think I'm coming back too fast on the other one.
I think some of them you're coming back off the gun too fast.
6.73.
Yeah. But you're obviously your control recoil is
6.18.
give one more there if you got it.
5.13.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. This one was more Adam Winchy. All right. 10 rounder now with the extension on it.
Okay.
Yeah. Just stay out there and make sure you're getting that second sight picture and really kind of seeing it.
Okay.
Hang on a second, Adam. Wait one. Let's reset.
Stop.
Yep. Stop. And reset. And go. Perfect.
Okay, so this is the 10 round magazine. So I'm noticing I can still get the exact same grip on this.
Yeah.
Right? It feels like the others, not a problem at all.
Yep.
Okay.
Back strap feels a little different to me, but front of the gun feels identical.
Okay. It's so hard to let that trigger reset slow like that.
Yeah, yeah.
So 4.41. $9.39, so big change. $7.13. $4.11. $4.06.
That's good on that.
Okay.
So, okay, so let's look forearm to forearm here. This big beefy anacondas matter. Dude's got crazy grip strength and it matters. It matters to your recoil control. I mean, when you're down around the 4s, that's pretty baller. All right, let's change this. We'll start calling you Trogdor.
Trogdor.
With that big beefy arm. It's an obscure pop culture reference for you kids who keep the score at home.
You know what I found I've loved about the H&Ks? You can change out the base plates so easy compared to a Glock.
So quick.
Oh, so easy.
It's basically you stick a pen inside that the slot here, push it down a little bit, slide it off, put the new one.
Pops right in.
Easy day.
Okay, so 5 rounds. Now this is the 10 rounder. So notice pinky. I don't think I can even get a pinky on it.
Yeah, you're right at the edge of it. Probably not. Just give him 5 of your best.
Okay.
Make sure you hold it out there and get as much as you can.
Yeah, I don't even have a pinky on it. $6.09.
It's on the first one.
4.09.
It's a beast.
14.08. $7.03. I know what happened last time, as I came back too fast. 4.59.
What I think I'm seeing here, as we look at the various shots, these are, 4 5s, 4 7s. You're down in the 4s and in the 3s otherwise. So I think there's a difference. I think there's a point of diminishing returns. A guy with a grip strength like yours, I mean, you can control recoil on a gun. And so, does it, from your felt position, did it make a difference?
No, it was annoying to me that I couldn't feel the extra pressure of my pinky.
Right.
It was annoying, but I didn't feel like it changed anything.
Yeah. So what I'm starting to see is I think there's a little objective difference. I think it's less the more grip strength you have. Would be my guess.
Yeah.
So you're probably talking a 5 or 10% degradation.
Yeah.
I'm probably talking maybe a 10 or 12% degradation. It'll be interesting to see when we get Natalie to do this with a much smaller frame and less grip strength. That's going to do for her for degradation. But she's also got smaller hands, so she may be able to still get her pinky on the gun.
Well, and that may make a complete difference for her, where for her it's consistent through the board because she can keep her pinky.
She can keep her pinky on there. So I will say this again. Remember, the principles of grip are universal. The applications of grip are personal and very individual. And so that technique thing is what it is. I do think, for me, for sure, as somebody with bigger hands and somebody with a higher grip strength, I would say even somebody that's getting 5% better performance out of having the pinkies on the gun, I love a 5% advantage in my gunfight.
Yeah.
Personally, that to me, that says, well, that's why I carry a red dot. That's why I carry a full-size gun. That's why I train a lot, because that 5% can make the difference, But yeah, maybe get some data yourself, and it's a great way to use your Mantis X to kind of see what you get. Adam, thanks
That was cool to see.
Thanks for participating, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you.